Hello everyone, it's always a pleasure to welcome you again to House News. In this episode, we present you the latest information coming right here from the Indonesian House of Representatives. So now let's have a look at our headlines for today. House Speaker received a visit from the chairmen of the National Committee of the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference to strengthen cooperation on strategic national and global issues. Legislator urged the Indonesian government to encourage international solidarity to carry out institutional interventions in addressing the ongoing crisis in Sudan. The Legislation Committee conducted a public hearing with experts to review the draft law on the Chamber of Commerce and Industry or CADIN, emphasizing the need to clarify CADIN's role within the state's institutional framework. Commission 3 has agreed to form a working committee to oversee reforms in the police, prosecutors, and courts. The decision was made during a hearing with the Deputy Chief of the National Police. Lowland tropical rainforests are among the most complex ecosystems on Earth, and one of the best examples can be found in Riau Province, namely Tesonilo National Park. Speaker of the House underscores Indonesia's strong commitment to strengthening the partnership between Indonesia and China, as she welcomed the visit of the chairmen of the National Committee of the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference recently.
Speaker of the House Puan Maharani stated the 75th anniversary of Indonesia and China relations should be used as opportunity to strengthen cooperation across various sectors, including economy and trade. Furthermore, Puan encouraged enhancing the role of legislative institutions in both countries to support bilateral relations, especially as the Indonesian House has just established a bilateral cooperation group with the Chinese Parliament.
Banyak hal yang tentu saja harus ditingkatkan, bukan hanya ekonomi atau perdagangan, namun juga bagaimana kemudian persahabatan antara kedua negara juga harus ditingkatkan. Dan bagaimana kemudian parlemen juga harus berperan aktif dalam meningkatkan hubungan di antara kedua negara. Juga kita harus bisa bertukar pengalaman tentang tugas di parlemen masing-masing, karenanya memang DPR baru saja membuat GKSB antara anggota Parlemen Indonesia dan Tiongkok untuk bisa dilakukan supaya bisa bertukar pengalaman dan bisa menjadi jembatan dengan mitra-mitra strategis yang ada di Tiongkok juga di Indonesia.
In addition, Chinese delegates hope the meeting will strengthen the partnership between Indonesia and China in the future. During the meeting, he also expressed condolences and sympathy for the recent natural disaster occurred in Indonesia. Dodi and Arif, TVR Parlemen, report.
Commission 1 encouraged the government to be more proactive in facilitating peace mediation in Sudan. Indonesia holds a strategic position and has strong diplomatic capabilities that can support meaningful contributions to the peace process.
Member of Commission 1 of the House Shahrul Aidi Ma'azat highlighted the situation in Sudan deserves serious government attention. He explained the ongoing conflict is not just a civil war. It is also influenced by interventions from various external parties. Therefore, Indonesia is considered to optimize its diplomatic efforts through Islamic countries and the Organization of Islamic Cooperation or OIC to facilitate dialogue. Shahrul also mentioned the conflict is related to competition over natural resources involving foreign interests. He regretted the failure to respect Sudan's sovereignty while the humanitarian situation continues to worsen.
Kalau kita katakan bahwasanya perang yang terjadi di Sudan ini, mereka mengatakan bukan hanya perang saudara, karena ada intervensi dari pihak luar. Maka kita meminta kepada pemerintah Indonesia agar bisa mendorong pertama negara-negara Islam dalam OKI-nya untuk melakukan intervensi secara kelembagaan agar mengurai permasalahan ini.
Furthermore, Syahrul emphasized Indonesia should uphold its non-aligned stance and approach the Sudan conflict with objectivity. He also urged the central government to speak out on this humanitarian issue in various international forums, including the UN, OIC, and Asia-Africa forums. From West Java, Domititi Haru, TVR Parlemen reports.
The Legislative Committee proposed revisions to the law on the Chamber of Commerce and Industry to align with the dynamics of the modern business sectors. These changes would strengthen Kadin's role as a strategic partner of the government.
Member of the Legislation Committee of the House Yanwar Arif Wibowo stated the current law on the Chamber of Commerce and Industry or Kadin, which was enacted in 1987 during the Suharto administration, is no longer relevant to Indonesia's current conditions. During discussions on the Kadin bill, he reminded Kadin should not operate as an institution, focus only on pursuing government-funded projects at the national or regional level. He hoped Kadin can become an institution capable of providing strategic insights for national economic development.
Jangan kemudian Kadin ini dijadikan sarana atau tempat hanya untuk berbisnis dengan pemerintah. Hanya masuk sebagai seperti prasyarat untuk bagi-bagi proyek APBD atau APBN. Tentu ini yang tidak kita inginkan gitu loh. Karena siapa sih orang dagang mau rugi, kan maunya untung. Sementara pemerintah hadir itu bukan cari keuntungan, tapi pemerintah itu hadir untuk memberikan rasa keadilan, mensejahterakan. Kalau perlu pemerintah mensubsidi-subsidi. Mekanisme ini yang ingin kita pastikan, kita dorong supaya ya Kadin tetap mendapat porsi ya untuk memberikan masukan, memberikan pandangan-pandangan tentang pertumbuhan ekonomi pada pemerintah.
Additionally, Yanwar encouraged Kadin to become a strategic partner of the government and provide a more inclusive space for all business actors, including MSMEs, as the main pillar of Indonesia's economy. Adila and Ferdian, TVR Parlemen, report.
More report on the Police Reform Acceleration Commissions after the break only on House News. Following multiple reports of alleged abuse of power by law enforcement officials, Commission 3 established a special committee to reform the police, prosecutors, and courts to oversee potential cases of criminalizations and misuse of authority.
Member of Commission 3 of the House, Rudianto Lalo, explained, since the formation of the Working Committee on Police Reform, they have received numerous public complaints concerning irregularities in law enforcement procedures, including criminalization, abuse of position, and extortion. He believed the revision of the Police and Prosecutors Office law, which are included in the 2026 National Legislation Program, will not be sufficient without improving the integrity of law enforcement personnel. Therefore, Commission 3 through the Reform Working Committee will strengthen its oversight functions by holding hearings with relevant law enforcement agencies and conducting investigations into the implementation of laws or government policies suspected of contradicting legal regulations.
Ada dugaan kriminalisasi, praktek-praktek penyalahgunaan kewenangan, dan kemudian kita dengar tadi ada permintaan uang besar ya untuk menutup kasus, ya kan? Lalu kemudian ada tadi dari mempersoalkan Pengadilan Jakarta Selatan, ada putusan yang sudah ingkrah tapi tidak dieksekusi. Ini semua yang kami rapatkan untuk kemudian kita bawa nanti, panggil mereka pihak-pihak kejaksaan, polisi maupun peradilan untuk kemudian mempertanggungjawabkan ya apa benar peristiwa aduan dari masyarakat ini benar atau tidak. Kalau itu benar, maka oknum-oknum yang berpotensi merusak citra institusi polisi, institusi jaksa peradilan ini harus ditindaki.
Furthermore, Rudianto asks, law enforcement officials who engage in criminalization practices and abuse of power to be sanctioned in accordance with applicable laws and regulations. He hoped the working committee will be the first step in restoring public trust in Indonesia's law enforcement institutions. Andini and Bondan, TVR Parlemen, report.
Commission 8 demands the National Disasters Management Agency to take immediate and coordinated actions as multiple regions in Indonesia face natural disasters, including floods, landslides, and increased volcanic activity at Mount Semeru.
Vice Chairperson of Commission 8 of the House Abdul Wahid pointed out the Regional Agency for Disaster Countermeasure or BPBD must improve coordination, especially for emergency responses and delivering aid to affected communities. He also encouraged cross-regional cooperation so that rescue and recovery efforts can be carried out more quickly and accurately. With the increasing potential for disasters toward the end of the year, the public is urged to remain alert and follow official instructions from the government and disaster management agencies to minimize the risk of casualties. In addition to emergency response, Abdul Wahid highlighted public understanding of mitigation efforts in disaster-prone areas, such as landslide-prone and areas vulnerable to flooding, allows community to be informed, prepared, and capable of responding to potential disaster.
Kami berharap Badan Penanggulangan Bencana Nasional ini segera turun, menggerakkan BPBD yang ada di daerah, dan selanjutnya kami berharap pemerintah untuk melakukan mitigasi, terutama daerah-daerah yang rawan bencana, agar ada sosialisasi kesiapan para penduduk untuk daerah-daerah seperti longsor, seperti banjir, ya. Ini perlu untuk diadakan sosialisasi, mereka ada persiapan-persiapan yang perlu disiapkan bila mana terjadi ada satu bencana.
Commission 8 highlighted the government's response covering disaster-affected areas, and the recent Mount Semeru eruption must be rapid, coordinated, and sustainable. Such actions will allow communities to experience the presence and support of the state. Bondan Imana, TVR Parlemen, reports.
After reviewing the first phase of IKN's development, Commission 2 asked the IKN authority to maintain transparency and clear public communications, allowing local residents to gain economic benefits beyond infrastructure projects.
Member of Commission 2 of the House, Muhammad Khozin, explained, based on the presentation from the head of the new capital, or IKN authority, the development of the core area, including offices and housing for the executive, legislative, and judicial branches, is currently progressing according to the plan. All facilities are targeted for completion in 2027. Thus, by 2028, IKN will be ready to function as Indonesia's political capital. Khozin underlined strengthening public communication is important to counter negative issues and ensure public receives valid information about the development of IKN.
Bagaimanapun publik harus diberikan pemahaman, informasi yang holistik, yang komprehensif, bahwa pemberitaan-pemberitaan yang cenderung negatif terkait dengan IKN itu tidak berbasis kondisi faktual di lapangan. Itu penting. Kenapa? Jangan sampai terulang kembali bagaimana media-media baik itu lokal maupun internasional memberitakan yang cenderung itu memberikan dampak opini negatif kepada publik.
During this visit, Commission 2 also received reports on various issues, including agrarian conflicts and administrative status of villages around the IKN area. The House is committed to coordinating with the Ministry of Home Affairs to find solutions and ensure IKN development provides benefits for all levels of society. From East Kalimantan, Slamet Sanjaya, TVR Parlemen, reports.
Find out more about the national park in Indonesia with the most ecosystem on Earth. After the break, only on House News. Tesonilo National Park in Riau was the lowest remaining lowland rainforest on the island of Sumatra. It is famous for its incredible biodiversity, home to countless species of plants and animals, and is considered one of the richest ecosystems in the world.
Tesonilo National Park, located in Riau Province, is the largest lowland rainforest on Sumatra. The name of Tesonilo is taken from the two major rivers in Riau, Teso River and Nila River. Today, it covers over 80,000 hectares, more than double its original hectares, when it was designated as a national park in 2004. The park stretches across 4 districts: Pelalawan, Indragiri Hulu, Kuantan Sengingi, and Kampar. This effort is meant to make the area as the lungs of Indonesia and as a vital resource for the world. Tesonilo has an incredible diversity of tropical vascular plants, surpassing even those found in the Amazon. The park is home to Sumatran elephants, tigers, and tapirs, as well as boars, deer, sun bears, and other wildlife. A visit to Tesonilo National Park offers a thrilling and educational adventure into one of the Sumatra's last great rainforests. Visitors can have guided elephant safaris where they can observe Sumatran elephants in their natural habitat and learn more about conservation efforts at the Flying Squad Elephant Patrol. For wildlife enthusiasts, jungle trekking and night safaris provide the chance to spot endangered species. The park also offers ecotourism experiences where visitors can interact with local communities, explore traditional villages, and gain insights into sustainable living practices. A trip to the national park takes only 4 hours from Pekanbaru. Visitors can rent a car, and to enter the park, one must first have a permit signed by the head of the Tesonilo National Park.
Original Indonesian-made fuel or Bobibos has attracted attentions for its high-octane performance usually reserved for premium fuels. Made from agricultural waste, these innovative fuels offer more sustainable alternative for vehicles.
Amid the growing push for clean energy, a young man from Bogor, M. Ikhlas Tamrin, has come up with an unconventional idea. Motivated by his concern for Indonesia's energy future, he set out to develop a fuel that is eco-friendly and widely accessible. Ikhlas spent over a decade working on his discovery. Through independent research, multiple trials, and constant refinement with his small team, he finally succeeded. His breakthrough came with Bobibos, a plant-based fuel that passed feasibility tests by Lemigas. With an octane rating of 98 and nearly zero emission, Bobibos has attracted attention as a potential alternative energy source. Bobibos stands out for how well it performs as well as for the way it is produced. Made from plants, it can be produced without large refineries. This reduces distribution costs and allows production to take place closer to local communities. Bobibos is available in 2 types, gasoline and diesel, and has been tested on various vehicles with efficient results. The development is still ongoing as the company awaits a mass production permit from the government. Following its launch on November 2nd, approximately 3,000 liters of Bobibos are currently available. This initial batch will be used only for small-scale testing.
With extreme wet weather events becoming more frequent, certain plants can prevent flooding in residential areas. These plants absorb rainwater, stabilize the soil, support environmental balance, and beautify your home gardens.
During the rainy season, standing water often causes problems in many parts of Indonesia. While efforts such as building drainage systems, and increasing green spaces are underway, communities can also take simple steps at home. One effective method is planting flood-resistant plants that absorbs water efficiently and strengthens the soil. Several types of plants can help maintain water balance around the home. Mango trees, for instance, have deep, strong taproots, soaking up rainwater and stabilize the soil. Papaya trees, which grow easily in tropical climates, also have roots capable of absorbing significant amounts of water. Other popular choices for residential areas include palms and water apple trees. Palm roots spread widely, helping retain water and prevent soil shifting. Both types can be used as ecological functions and also beautify yards with lush foliage and attractive shapes. In areas more prone to flooding or erosion, bamboo and deep-rooted grasses offer highly effective natural solutions. Bamboo forms dense clumps of roots, holding soil and control water flow. Deep-rooted grasses develop strong underground systems and strengthening the soil. Planting these types of vegetation can prevent flooding and also supporting environmental balance around homes.
And that information wraps up our house news for today. I'm Reni Minariu and all the crew. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again next time.